Hey guys, this is Bill from KeystoneWeapon.com. I just wanted to share with you the experience of my new 22 TCM rifle. This is a rifle that I was just finally able to obtain. I've been eyeing them up since SHOT Show of last January, and I was able to get one. So check it out shooting. You're going to see some footage of that here shortly. And if you know a little bit about the rifle, you know what the TCM cartridge is. I'm not going to go into that stuff too crazy. It has a slightly less than 23-inch barrel, somewhere around there. And I'm working on sighting it in right now. We went out, it was freezing cold. I think it was 0 that day or something like that. But I wanted to show you a couple things just because there are some things to be aware of with this rifle. So first of all, you know, the weapon is clear. Nice smooth bolt. You can see, oh sorry, you can see my bolt is all like blue and stuff like that. That's because I had layout fluid on it. I was looking for a snag that I thought I had, and I ended up finding the snag. It wasn't anything really too crazy. It was actually that the receiver screw was a little bit too far up in here, so I took 2/1000ths off it, and now it's perfect. So the ejection on this is really wild. It kind of ejects sort of this way, like sort of forward and down. You know, you just want to make sure that you're pulling that bolt back in a linear pattern. The wood on mine is really nice. The checkering's all hand checkering according to the manual, and if you can see that, my checkering's very good. Especially, you know, even back here, it's really good. It's really comfortable. You can tell it's done sort of, you know, with some attention to detail, because there are some, like, you know, you can actually see some things that are not perfect, which is fine when you're getting something like this. It's great. The only bad thing I can say about it is the way that the rear of my gun was stained. The stain kind of overlapped onto the butt pad and stuff. Now it's no big deal. I mean, you can get it off. It comes off. But you know, I think they just maybe got a little crazy with the stain and did it with the rubber on for whatever reason. I don't know. You can see that mine has a bipod on it. Before you're able to put a bipod on it, you need sling swivels. So they don't have the sling mounts from the factory, but they're really cheap. They're really easy to install. You know, these are something pretty much anybody can install. And of course I installed them up here so that I can mount this to it, because it actually fastens via the sling swivel mount there. I have a Nikon Pro Staff on mine, a 4x16 I believe it is. It's also 40mm. So this is where I want to say, right here, if you have like a 40mm scope, take these stupid things off, you're going to want to make sure that you have at least medium or high rings. These rings are like, they're just cheap rings. They're the Traditions scope, you know. There you go. This is the, I don't even know if there's a part number on this, whatever. Oh, A797. These are the rings I put on it. They're really cheap. These are mediums. If you have any bigger of a scope than that, you're going to want to get highs. The lows, it would not work at all. It'd be like dragging on the thing would be on the barrel. Also, some people, including myself, asked, what in the hell is this little screw for up here? There's like a screw on top of the receiver, like right on the channel. And from what we've been told is that that's just something to stop your rings from walking. If you were to get a little bit of power out of this thing, you know, you don't want your rings to walk. And I assume that's because most of the time scope mount rings like these are made for like 22s and air guns and stuff like that. Like, you know, actually here, yeah, it says fits 22s and air guns with grooved receivers. So there's not really that many great choices out there for mounts, but that's what I used. These were really cheap, so I picked them up. They're like 10 bucks. The other place that you are going to have to watch when you mount your scope is if you watch how close the bolt comes to my, you know, my power selector here. It's really close. So you're going to want to like kind of mess around with mounting this. I probably should have just got highs. It clears it no problem, and I'm used to it, but only by a little bit. It's really not that much. The finish on this gun is fantastic. The parkerizing is some of the most gorgeous parkerizing I've ever seen. Now you might see there's a little oil on it here and there, but it's really nice, really even, matches my scope darn near perfectly. And it's a really good rifle. It's got a really nice, crisp 4-pound trigger. Again, she's empty. The trigger is really, really nice. It's heavy for a rifle, but it breaks like glass, and it has no over travel at all. I mean, in fact, there's actually a screw back in here to control, I believe it's over travel. I could be wrong about that. I didn't really mess with it. I did take it apart. It's really nice. Like, if you look at how this is all like a nice machined, you know, fancy piece, like this is something you would see in a very high quality rifle. The whole rest of it's just like that, all the way up in there. There's even little peep holes so you can see the sear and hammer engagement and stuff like that, or the sear and trigger engagement. It's pretty cool. Again, if you have a TCM, like here's a 22 TCM, you have these kind of mags, and if you get this, it comes with these little baby mags, or baby versions of the same thing. And so you can either use a 5-rounder, which I just put in there, and it uses like a 2011 style mag release. It's just basically the same thing to be in your double stack gun. And you can also stick your 17 rounders in there and be ready to rock and roll and go out and smoke some coyotes or groundhogs or whatever's bothering you in your area. But there's the gun. Hopefully that helps out. Let's go shoot it. I'll show you. You know, I'm filming this after we shot it, so my impressions of it are good. I need to go out and sight it in more, though. I want to try some different combinations of stuff. So, alright, enough of me. Let's shoot. Oh, hands are so cold.
Hey YouTube, Rich Wright, Bill Coker here, KeystoneWeapon.com. We're here at a range in Zerby Township at the Zerby Rod and Gun Club, and Bill is taking the first cracks with his new 22 TCM rifle that he purchased. Let's see how badass this thing really is. I'm going to zoom in. Hey, that'll help a lot. Get the power going. Yeah, damn. How do you like that, Billy?
I like it.
Yeah. So you guys hear it right there from Bill Coker himself. He likes the rifle, so I think that's a positive for Rock Island again that they produce. As you can see, there's hardly any recoil to this rifle, and it's flying around 2,800 feet per second. So it's a good little shooting rifle.
Once I get my sights all set.
If you guys check out our YouTube channel, Keystone Weapon, and just keep an eye out on the channel, you're going to see some cool new stuff we're going to be putting on there. Bill's going to take this gun deer hunting and turkey hunting, and we're gonna show you a video of how good it takes down a North American whitetail.
Getting good now, man.
Yeah? Where are you hitting at?
About half an inch, about an inch low, but I'm going to fix that in a second.
So what do you think of the trigger and all that, Bill, on that new gun?
Trigger's nice, like 4 pounds, breaks like glass.
So what do you think? You think that would be a recommendation we can tell our viewers to go out and purchase?
Oh, certainly. This thing's awesome. I can't wait to blast a groundhog's head off with this. Did I say that? I don't know. Alright, so hey, this is Bill from KeystoneWeapon.com. We got a chance to take this TCM rifle out and run it through its paces, and I have to say I'm really impressed. You really got to rack that bolt pretty hard because it's a short action, but once we got her sighted in, she shoots great. I thought we'd just have a little bit of fun and just see. We've been shooting this plate with the TCM, with the 45, all kinds of different.
The 9mm.
9mm, 10mm, everything. You can see this nice little shiny hole in there. That's what happens when you hit it with the rifle. So that extra couple hundred feet per second really makes this thing smoke.
And that's 1/4-inch galvanized steel.
Yeah, this is 1/4-inch galvanized steel. It's pretty banged up because we shot thousands of rounds at it, but this thing, it's not AR-500 or anything, or else it would have bounced off, but just to show the power difference between a regular TCM and what it comes out of this extra barrel, that's pretty damn impressive. I'm really happy with this rifle, and I can't wait to smoke some varmints with it, and I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll even take it out for deer season, because in PA, as long as it's 22 caliber or larger and centerfire, which this is, we're allowed to hunt turkeys and deer with it, so that's pretty great. So, this is Bill signing off. You guys have a good one. Stay classy.